The M14 Marksman rifle, a weapon that I don't see that many people use, albeit it is exclusive to the engineer class of operators, but this weapon can be very powerful, especially when modified appropriately. It can be just a powerhouse due to how much damage it does per shot. And in today's video, I'm going to show you my preferred build for the M14 using it in full auto. So base stats, the M14 is actually not too bad. It just has really bad control, which if you're firing in full auto is going to be a little bit difficult to control. As you can see here, it goes up quite a bit, so a lot of vertical recoil, not terrible on the horizontal, but we're going to fix all that. So starting off with the barrel, I went with the M14 Roamer standard barrel, so this is giving you +5 control, a little bit of extra range and muzzle velocity, so we're equipping that. For the calibration of this barrel, I went with +50 grams and +10 millimeters in length, giving you even further muzzle velocity and a little bit of firing stability. For the muzzle, I went with the Sandstorm vertical compensator because this weapon had quite a bit of vertical recoil, and I want to reduce that vertical firing camera stability, or increase it rather, and make it just easier to see what I am firing at, so that's what I went with. So first we're going to need to change out the handguard kit, so there's only one available, the M14 Advanced Frame System, and this gives you a bunch of new slots on the weapon itself, so going with that. So starting off with the foregrip for the new attachment slots available, I went with the X25U angled combat grip because it does affect the recoil control quite a bit, so vertical and horizontal, so it's just going to make the weapon a lot easier to control. So I installed that, didn't actually calibrate it for this weapon. For the magazine, usually I don't tend to go for the 50 round drum mags or any type of drum mag, but for this weapon I did. It does affect control, handling, and stability a little bit, but getting that 50 round drum mag is a game changer for the M14, especially in full auto. It does a lot of damage, so you will be able to take care of a lot of enemies with this massive magazine, and we can make up for the penalties it gives a little bit later. For the stock, I went with the UR Spec Ops tactical stock, so you're getting a little bit increase in control, a little penalty on handling, but increased stability, so I went ahead and installed that. Calibrated it to the tune of +50 grams and +4 slots, so you're getting increased firing stability and further increased control at the penalty of slight ADS speed reduction, but that's not the end of the world. For the optic, as per usual, I always go with the Mini RDS. That's just personal preference, but whatever sight you want to put on there is perfectly fine, and also increase the zoom by 0.25x. Now we only have the patch and the 3 rails here, so what I chose to go for is the DD Python handguard to give it a little bit more handling, as we did lose quite a bit of that with the drum mag attachment. So put those on there, DD Python, right rail as well. And then on the left rail, I chose to go with Pursed 7 Blue Laser Light Combo. Again, if you don't like lasers, that's fine, just don't equip one, and I would probably just put the DD Python handguard on here as well. So that is my M14 Marksman rifle build. When using it on full auto, it is just so much fun to use. People don't expect you to have that thing that does 27 damage per shot, and you're just melting people in close quarter engagements. The share code for the weapon will be in the description down below, as well as in the top pinned comment. So to be able to use this weapon build, you'll need to have the weapon at level 68, which is the drum mag unlock, but if not, you can do this build a lot earlier without the drum mag at level 33, which is the stock unlock. So you can pretty much do this exact weapon build without the mag, and then once you get to that level 68, slap that 50 round there. If not, you can just put the 30 round there, and you're doing so much damage per shot that it's not taking you many rounds to actually deal with targets. So once you get that 50 rounder, slap that on there, or keep the 30 rounder if you prefer to have more stats, better control, better handling, better stability on the M14. But I've been having an absolute blast with this weapon. Probably some of my best games that I've had have been with the M14 on full auto. Just make sure that when you load into a match and you have this weapon, flip it to full auto. It's happened to me far too many times that I load in, I have the M14 equipped, I start firing at somebody, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's on single fire. But this weapon, I promise, you will absolutely love it. Not enough people have been using this weapon. It is the only marksman rifle available to engineers, and I feel like people sleep on it far too much because you have access to those ARs, those LMGs, that just most people default to, and they don't really look at the marksman rifles more than a few seconds. But anyways, that'll be it for today's video. Let me know what you think of this build. If you have tried it, let me know what you think of the M14, or if you have any other builds for this weapon, leave them in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.